How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Weeb Mine. I'm Nick, and these are my first 4 CPU miners that I've ever built, and I kind of went a little stupid with them. They're doing Raptorium, and we'll get into the details. Now, these might be my first dedicated rigs, but previously, on my gaming PC, on the home theater PC, on the streaming PC, and there's one more floating around somewhere or whatever, I was actually CPU mining on 4 different computers, and now this is 4 more dedicated ones doing Raptorium, 8 rigs total. And we got some pretty decent components here, but there's one thing I wish I could change. I'll get to that in a moment. Let's go ahead and get into this here. Let's see, first off, the CPU, of course, we went with those Ryzens, 5950X. Now, a lot of people really like the 3900Xs and everything, just because mainly they're cheaper. But since I was able to get a pretty decent deal on these, the cost difference wasn't all that much. And 3900Xs sometimes are like pricey for whatever reason, because I guess miners. But these are actually working really good, and they don't use all that much electricity. The SSD we got in them, no regular hard drive. We have the M2 SSDs on there. Super cheapy, 128 gigabyte. I don't even, what the heck brand is this thing? It's like generic NETAC, N-E-T-A-C, whatever the heck that is. They were 20 bucks a pop, if that. And it's just, yeah, these things, they work fine. They don't need nothing special there. The RAM, we went with G-Skill Flare X, I guess. It's only 3200, but it's like C14, which I guess you really want for the CPU mining, and I did a little bit of research, and there's a couple people using these, so I'm hoping that, being 3200, that it actually works pretty decent, because I don't think there's going to be much of a difference whether you had 3200 or 3600 or C14 or C16 timings or whatever, so I don't know. They seem to be working so far, but these haven't been running for all that long, so we'll have to wait and tell. Let's see, the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo V2, whatever the heck. Okay, this thing seems to perform pretty well, but I'll tell you right now, the setup for it, like the first one that I did, I sat there staring at it for like a half hour trying to figure out what the hell. I really was, because like it's got all, it's one of the, they all have these like universal components, but they went crazy stupid with that CPU cooler. It's just like you have to put a little thing on the tab into the back plate, and then put the cover over the tab that goes on the back plate, and then the back plate shoots through the thing with the screw, and then you have to put the bracket on top of the thing with another screw, and then screw it in. That's about as simple as I can do that. But after I got one done, the rest of them flowed well. But if you get one of those, they work good. You can actually add another fan to the back. It comes with another bracket here, so you can add another fan to the back and do like a push-pull, so you can increase cooling even more, which I might do come before summertime. But yeah, so far so good, I guess. The power supply, I got a good deal. Oh, I got a good deal. These guys, 550 watt. 550 EVGA GA Gold Plus 80 Supernovas. I got these things, and this is fully modular, so there's like no mess on the back of these things at all. It's just what I need. I love modular, and I got these for $35 a pop, brand new, plus a little bit of shipping. Shipping wasn't bad, but $35 brand new for these things is awesome. But I did have a problem. One of them was DOA, dead on arrival, so I couldn't use it, which means I had to break out my one and only extra power supply, which is this crazy thing. That's a 1600 watt titanium rated power supply. You do it on this little dumb thing. That is overkill. I ordered another. I'm returning the one. I'm getting a replacement. I will definitely swap it out, because this thing is expensive. This was meant for my gaming rig when I was going to run 2 3090s. Supernova is 1600 T2. Like, if you're looking for a powerhouse, super efficient power supply that can handle literally anything, this is the one to get. Okay, this is supposed to be like one of the best damn things to get, but this thing was also like $800. So yeah, it is definitely not worth it to put it over there, but as a temporary solution until I moved it into my gaming rig, that's fine. Oh man, but You know, so far, you know, it's a little too early to tell how profitable or whatever these are going to be. But here's the thing. Each one of these setups costs roughly just over $1,000. So like $1,000. And, you know, is it worth it to mine Raptorium? It would pay themselves off in like 2.5 years or something. So no, it's not. But I'm once again with these guys, I'm mining on speculation that hopefully Raptorium will get better and better, because, you know, Raptorium just, to me, just feels good. It's hard for me to explain it. Mining Raptorium, it feels good. It feels like it'll be really profitable in the long run. You have the nodes, the shared nodes that you can just throw your Raptorium on and they compound and get a whole bunch of extra coins over time. I mean, there's people that, you know, have got in on Raptorium early, got a crap ton of coins, and they're making like $30 a day just having it sit in the freaking shared nodes. So I wish I got in on it earlier, but I didn't have any CPU rigs. Now I do, and if any other coin comes around, I'm prepared. You know, I can get in on it. Oh, didn't mention the motherboard, the Asus Prime B450M A2. It is a mini ATX form factor, and I have to say, you know, it's real simple, it's small, it works well, but the problem is overclocking. Now, it has AMD's built-in overclocking thing, but it has like, I don't know if it's restricted or I just can't find it. I spent hours on this thing trying to look through the BIOS to find actual settings to where I can overclock these guys. You know, right now I basically have the BIOS set to auto overclock, which is not optimal. I didn't change the voltages or anything. I'll get to that at some point. But I can't manually enter the hertz rating on this thing. You know, they're running, I think, at 3400. That's like stock, and then the auto overclock might do something. I don't know. But I can't set it manually because I wanted to set this to like 3800, do 1.1 volts or something like that, but it won't let me do it. It might be a restriction with the motherboard or whatever. But initial impressions, I'm mining over on Flockpool, initial impressions are pretty good. So I can't say I have much to complain about. It's doing all good, and you guys could like, share, subscribe, and maybe I'll make a couple extra more cents than I would with Raptorium with that crap. Oh my God. But yeah, like these guys, I'm kind of looking towards the future with these. These guys are not, you know, really going to make me like a completely crazy rich person by any stretch of the imagination, unless Raptorium took off. But that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like, I don't know why. Okay, I really don't know why, but Raptorium feels like it's going to be one of those coins that is going to like really take off at some point. I have no basis for it. None whatsoever. But it feels like it's well structured, it's expanding, it's growing, it's still early in its life cycle, it's still cheap, it's still easy to mine. It feels like it could go somewhere, and I'm really hoping that it does. It feels like a great coin to mine, and if I don't know why, but yeah, I'm just sitting here, it's like, ooh, I'm kind of hyped for Raptorium. I really like Raptorium. Why? I can't explain. It just seems like it seems like it's fun to mine, it's easy to mine, it's easy to get a profit off those shared nodes. It's simple, and I just think it's going to go someplace. It's pure speculation on my part, I ain't got a clue, but who knows. As far as other things go, besides those CPU rigs, and I was up till 5 a.m. building those, okay? You know, it was, okay, a little bit of a learning process, but once I got going, it was fine, whatever. The home theater PC, the old one was moved down here. That's still going good. The gaming computer upstairs is still doing completely great. I actually suffered through about an hour's worth playing Vanguard, and it was performing absolutely awesome. So there's no problems there except for with the game itself because Activision. But otherwise, everything's going good. The only other thing I can mention is the crypto crash. Yeah, if you guys don't realize it by now, I basically live off of crypto. Like, that is my only source of income right now. And with the way the current market is, it's a little on the painful side, to say the least. But I'm not scaling back. Like I said, when I first started doing this or whatever, I set up, I go, and I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going as far as I can, and do not stop. That's the whole idea. The market might be complete and utter trash right now, but that's not going to keep me from constantly expanding and planning. And hopefully the market goes back up, and I can have plans with my super garage expansion or whatever for a second place to put a whole bunch more rigs. Crypto kind of has to recover before then, because otherwise, yeah, the Ethereum prices right now are not going to cover the cost of that. So might be a delay depending on how the market goes. But we got 6-7 months. And if it can't recover by then, well, I'll probably be living in a ditch down by the river. Who the hell I knows. All right, guys, I talked enough. We'll catch you in the next video.